Two 5-liter bottles sit on the exact same shelf. Both say 5W30 on the front. Both carry the same ACEA C3 certification on the back. One costs $62. The other costs $26. The man at the trade counter points to the expensive one. He always points to the expensive one. Here's what he won't tell you. Turn both bottles around and read the fine print. Almost nobody reads the row of official manufacturer approvals listed on the back. On a massive number of pairs like this, those codes match identically. Same Volkswagen approval number, same BMW number, same Mercedes-Benz number. You are not paying double for better oil. You are paying double for a label. Most drivers walk straight past the cheaper, fully synthetic option, convinced it will wreck their engine. What is actually happening behind the scenes is far stranger. A massive percentage of the oil on that shelf, both cheap and expensive, is blended from the exact same small pool of base stocks, using identical additive packages provided by just a handful of chemical companies globally. Today, we are breaking down 3 simple checks you can run on any bottle of oil for the exact car in your driveway in under a minute. Then, we will reveal 7 major oil brands you should never pay full sticker price for, alongside 4 value brands that deliver the exact same protection for a fraction of the cost. Before we dive in, let's be completely transparent. DrivenReport accepts no brand sponsorships, no free cases at the door, and nothing in this report is for sale. Everything you are about to see is printed directly on the bottle or sitting in your owner's manual. The industry's favorite word game. Let's start with a phrase everyone uses, but few actually understand: fully synthetic. Everyone assumes fully synthetic is a strict legal category. In many parts of the world, including the UK and North America, it isn't. There is no statutory definition for the phrase. A heavily hydrocracked mineral-based stock, what the industry calls Group 3, can legally be sold as fully synthetic, and routinely is by brands you would never suspect. Germany is one of the few exceptions, where a court decision established a far stricter legal standard. Outside of Germany, the phrase, fully synthetic, on a bottle tells you almost nothing about the raw materials inside. It isn't necessarily a scandal, but it is the truth about the marketing language. Which is why we need to stop reading the front of the bottle and start analyzing the back. 7 overpriced brands you shouldn't buy at full sticker. Brand 1. Castrol Edge. The gold bottle. The titanium fluid strength. It sounds like liquid engineering, and it is priced like it. It frequently costs double the per liter price of oils holding identical manufacturer approvals. Here's what isn't printed on the front. Castrol feels like a standalone heritage brand, but it hasn't been independent for a quarter of a century. BP acquired Burma Castrol back in 2000 for roughly $4 billion. That plucky, high-performance image is backed by a global oil major's marketing division. Is Castrol Edge bad oil? Absolutely not, it's great oil. But if you pull the technical data sheet for your car's grade and compare it line by line with a bottle at half the price, the cheaper sheet very often carries the exact same VW, BMW, and Mercedes approval numbers. At full sticker price, you're buying the gold bottle, not better protection. Brand 2. Mobil 1, upper tiers. Regular Mobil 1 is genuinely strong, high-quality oil. The issue lies in the marketing ladder built on top of it, specifically the extended life tiers promising extreme mileage between changes. Here's the mechanism. Both the standard and extended life bottles carry the core approvals your engine requires. The extended life version simply includes a heavier additive package designed for drivers who significantly stretch their drain intervals. But if you follow your manufacturer's recommended service schedule to maintain your warranty and resale value, you're changing your oil at the standard interval regardless. Your buying capability, you will end up draining half used. Furthermore, the additive science behind Mobil doesn't belong to ExxonMobil alone. It runs through Infinium, a major joint venture between ExxonMobil and Shell. The two biggest names on the shelf share an additive kitchen. Buying the extended life premium for miles you will never drive on a single fill is simply paying a brand tax. Brand 3. Royal Purple. The deep purple bottle and the word Royal are priced for racing performance. But Royal Purple is owned by Calumet Specialty Products, a specialty chemicals corporation, not a secret motorsport laboratory. When you check Royal Purple's spec sheet against standard European manufacturer requirements, you will frequently find its official approval list thinner than value alternatives costing half as much. Unless your engine specifically requires a unique approval that only Royal Purple holds, you're paying a heavy premium for the paint job on the bottle. Brand 4. Lucas Oil. Lucas Oil is a masterclass in marketing, so much so that they put their name on an NFL stadium. You've likely seen their thick oil demonstrations at auto shows. Strip away the showmanship, and their full synthetic line is another premium-priced oil relying heavily on brand recognition. Because it is widely exported and heavily marketed, distribution margins and stadium advertising budgets are built directly into the bottle's shelf price. Brand 5. Liqua Moly. Liqua Moly is a genuinely excellent German oil with high ester content and serious additive technology. However, it often falls into the boutique import trap. Because it is an imported specialty product, it carries import pricing. Its formulation earns its keep when your vehicle demands specific European codes, such as VW 504.00, 507.00, BMW Longlife-04, or Mercedes 229.51. If your handbook specifically demands one of those high-tier European codes and Liqua Moly holds it at a fair price, it is a legitimate buy. But if your car only requires a standard C3 or A3, B4 rating, pouring Liqua Moly into your engine is simply pouring extra money down the dipstick tube. Brand 6. Redline. Redline uses an ester-based stock, a genuinely exotic material. It is one of the rare bottles that truly earns the high performance label. The drawback is price and application. This is racetrack chemistry built for sustained, extreme thermal abuse. In a daily driver doing normal highway commutes, that formula provides protection your engine will never call upon at a price you will definitely feel in your wallet. Brand 7. AMSOIL. AMSOIL introduced the first synthetic motor oil to meet API service requirements back in 1972, and their top-tier products are exceptional. However, AMSOIL's core selling point is extended drain intervals. That math only works if you commit to running the oil for extreme mileages. If you buy a premium oil and still change it at standard 5,000 to 7,500 mile intervals to satisfy your warranty or service book, you're paying triple for protection you are discarding half used. The 3-step oil verification check. Memorize these 3 checks, and no trade counter or dealership can overcharge you again. Check 1. Find the ACEA code. Forget the basic American starburst symbol for a moment. On the back of the bottle, look for the ACEA sequence: A3, B4, C2, or C3. This is the core European performance standard. For example, C3 indicates a low SAPS, sulfated ash, phosphorus, and sulfur oil engineered to protect diesel particulate filters and modern catalytic converters. Putting a full SAPS A3, B4 oil into an engine designed for C3 can severely shorten the lifespan of expensive exhaust components. Getting this code right is critical. Check 2. Match the manufacturer approval language. Open your owner's manual or check your oil cap and write down the exact code, e.g., BW 504.00, BMW LL04, MB 229.51. Now, examine the back of the bottle carefully. Two distinct phrasings appear on oil labels, and they are not legally the same. Approved by manufacturer. This means the automaker officially tested that specific oil formulation and placed it on their certified list. Meets the requirements of. This is simply the blender's own self-tested claim that their product should pass. If your vehicle is under warranty or you want flawless service records for resale, hold out for bottles that explicitly state, approved by. Check 3. Compare price per liter against identical codes. Take the shelf price, divide it by the volume, and compare it only against other bottles carrying the exact same ACEA sequences and manufacturer approvals. Ignore the marketing slogans on the front. If the expensive bottle does not hold an official manufacturer approval that the cheaper bottle lacks, the price difference is pure brand markup. 4 smart oil brands worth buying. Shell Helix Ultra. Unlike traditional crude refinement, much of this line is produced from natural gas using a proprietary gas-to-liquid (GTL) process. This creates a cleaner, more stable base oil than most crude derivatives. Because Shell owns the processing plants, this high-tier technology is available at mainstream prices. Kama Oil. Originally an independent blender, Kama is owned by Kosan, MOVE, the exact same commercial distributor responsible for mobile lubricants across major international markets. Kama carries legitimate manufacturer approvals across common European specifications, but is priced like a commercial trade product. Store, retailer private labels, e.g., Euro Car Parts QX, Napa. Many major auto parts store brands are blended in high-quality regional facilities. While their approval lists can be thinner for exotic cars, their standard C3 and A3, B4 offerings often hold genuine manufacturer approvals at half the cost of premium gold label bottles. Established regional independents, e.g., Morris Lubricants, Miller Oils. Long-established independent blenders often sell strictly on specification rather than massive global advertising campaigns. They routinely offer deep approval lists at fair, mid-tier prices. Your actionable takeaway this week: take 60 seconds to open your car's hood, check the oil cap, and consult your owner's manual. Note 2 specific details on your phone. The exact viscosity, e.g., 5W30, 0W20. The exact manufacturer approval code. On the same shelf, you will find 2 5-liter bottles. Both are labeled 5W30 and share the ACEA C3 certification. One has a price tag of $62, while the other costs only $26. The counter attendant consistently points to the pricier option, as he always does. However, here's something he may not disclose. If you flip both bottles and scrutinize the fine print, you'll find something interesting. Many people overlook the long list of manufacturer approvals on the back. In numerous comparable pairs, the approval codes are identical. They display the same Volkswagen, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz numbers. You aren't paying more for superior oil, instead, you're paying more for branding. Most drivers ignore the cheaper, fully synthetic choice, fearing it will harm their engine. The reality is much more surprising. A significant portion of the oil available, both expensive and inexpensive, comes from a limited selection of base stocks. These oils use identical additive blends supplied by a few major chemical companies worldwide. Today, we will outline 3 straightforward checks you can perform on any oil bottle for your vehicle in under a minute. After that, we'll identify 7 costly oil brands you should avoid at full price, along with 4 affordable brands that provide identical protection for a much lower cost. Before we begin, let's clarify our position. DrivenReport does not accept brand sponsorships, free samples, or sell anything in this report. All information you'll learn comes directly from the bottle or your owner's manual. Understanding the industry's favorite phrase. First up is a term commonly used but poorly understood: fully synthetic. Many believe fully synthetic constitutes a strict legal category. However, in several regions, including the UK and North America, this isn't the case. There's no formal definition for the term. Essentially hydrocracked mineral oil, known as Group 3, can be marketed as fully synthetic, often by brands you wouldn't expect. Germany is one of the few exceptions, where a court ruling established a tighter legal standard. Outside Germany, the term fully synthetic on a bottle reveals little about the product inside. This isn't necessarily dishonest, but it highlights the marketing nuances. Hence, we should move our focus from the front label to the back details. 7 overpriced brands to avoid paying full price. Brand 1, Castrol Edge. This gold bottle and its titanium fluid strength slogan create an impression of advanced engineering, reflected in its high price. It often retails at twice the per-liter price of oils with the same manufacturer endorsements. Here's what isn't mentioned on the label. Castrol seems like an independent heritage brand, but it's been under BP's ownership since 2000. That impressive performance image is supported by a global oil company's marketing. Is Castrol Edge poor quality? Not at all, it's excellent oil. Yet, a side-by-side review of the datasheet for your vehicle's oil grade often reveals the same approval numbers as a bottle priced much lower. At full retail, you're merely buying the gold label, not enhanced protection. Brand 2. Mobil 1, upper tiers. The regular Mobil 1 is indeed high-quality oil. The issue arises with the marketing tier for extended life, promising long mileage between changes. This is how it works. Both standard and extended life oils possess the necessary approvals for your engine. The extended version adds a heavier additive package for drivers who significantly extend oil change intervals. However, if you follow the manufacturer's recommended service schedule to maintain your warranty, you'll be changing oil at standard intervals anyway. Consequently, you're paying for capabilities you'll never fully utilize. Moreover, the additive formulations for Mobil are not exclusive to ExxonMobil. They also involve Infinium, a collaboration between ExxonMobil and Shell. Thus, when buying the extended life version for miles you won't reach, you're essentially paying a brand premium. Brand 3, Royal Purple. The trademark deep purple bottle marketed as Royal suggests racing excellence, yet it's owned by Calumet Specialty Products, not a hidden motorsport lab. When comparing Royal Purple's specifications against standard European requirements, its approval list often falls short of cheaper alternatives. Unless your engine specifically needs a unique approval that Royal Purple possesses, you're just paying extra for the bottle's eye-catching color. Brand 4. Lucas Oil. Lucas Oil excels in marketing, to the extent that they branded an NFL stadium. You may have seen their thick oil demonstrations at expos. Remove the Theatrix, and their full synthetic line turns out to be another premium-priced oil relying heavily on brand awareness. Heavily marketed and widely distributed, costs associated with branding and stadium advertising influence the retail price. Brand 5. Liqua Moly. Liqua Moly is commendable German oil, containing high ester levels and advanced additive technology. However, it often falls into the boutique import pricing trap. As an imported specialty item, its price reflects that status. Its formulation stands out when high-tier European specifications are necessary, like VW 504.00, 507.00 or BMW Longlife-04. However, if your vehicle only requires a basic C3 or A3, B4 classification, using Liqua Moly simply means wasting money. Brand 6. Redline. Redline's ester-based stock is unique and exceptional. It's one of the few oils that truly deserves a high-performance label. The downside? Its cost and intended use. This race-grade formula is tailored for extreme thermal conditions. If you're just commuting normally, that advanced formulation provides protection your engine won't need, costing you more. Brand 7. AMSOIL. AMSOIL introduced the first synthetic oil exceeding API service specifications in 1972, and their premium products are indeed impressive. Yet, AMSOIL's selling point focuses on extended change intervals. This only applies if you adhere to extreme mileage. If you buy this high-end oil but change it at common 5,000 to 7,500 mile intervals to uphold your warranty, you're paying extra for unutilized protection. The 3-step oil verification process. Remember these 3 checks to ensure no dealership or trade counter can overprice you again. Check 1. Locate the ACEA code. Forget about the basic American starburst symbol. Examine the back of the bottle for the ACEA sequence. A3, B4, C2, or C3. This is a fundamental European performance standard. For instance, C3 signifies low SAPs, sulfated ash, phosphorus, and sulfur, oil. This design helps protect diesel filters and modern catalytic converters. If you use a full SAPs A3, B4 oil in an engine meant for C3, it can significantly reduce the lifespan of costly exhaust components. Capturing this code accurately is crucial. Check 2. Confirm manufacturer approval language. Consult your owner's manual or check your oil cap to note the exact code, e.g., BMW 504.00, BMW LL04, MB 229.51. Now, scrutinize the back of the bottle closely. You might see 2 distinct phrases on oil labels, which are not legally the same. Approved by manufacturer. This indicates that the automaker officially tested that specific oil blend and added it to their certified list. Meets the requirements of. This is merely the blender's self-claim that their product will pass. If your vehicle remains under warranty or you seek flawless service records for reselling, choose bottles that explicitly state, approved by. Check 3. Compare price per liter against identical codes. Take the shelf price, divide it by the volume, and compare it only against other bottles that share the same ACEA sequences and manufacturer approvals. Ignore any marketing slogans on the front. If the higher-priced bottle lacks any manufacturer approval that the cheaper one has, the difference is just brand pricing. 4 smart oil brands worth investing in. Shell Helix Ultra. Unlike oils made from crude, this line is primarily derived from natural gas via a patented gas-to-liquid (GTL) process. This method produces cleaner, more stable base oil than most derived from crude. Since Shell owns these plants, this advanced tech is available at mainstream pricing. Kama Oil. Initially an independent brand, Kama is now owned by Kosan, Move, which also distributes Mobil across various international markets. Kama boasts authentic manufacturer approvals across popular European specifications, but is priced like a commercial product. Store, retailer private labels, e.g., Euro Car Parts QX, Napa. Many major auto parts store brands come from top-notch regional manufacturers. Although their approval lists may be sparser for specialty cars, their normal C3 and A3, B4 offerings often hold genuine approvals at a fraction of premium prices. Established regional independents, e.g., Morris Lubricants, Miller Oils, longtime independent blenders typically focus on specifications over costly global ads. They consistently provide extensive approval lists at reasonable, mid-range prices. Your actionable next steps this week: invest 60 seconds to open your car's hood. Inspect the oil cap and consult your owner's manual. Write down 2 specific details: the precise viscosity, e.g., 5W30, 0W20. The exact manufacturer approval code.